Hello and welcome to the demonstration to learn exactly how the Calories and Confidence Weight Loss Program works. My name is Samantha Barr, and if you haven't met me before, then you probably don't know that I am absolutely in love with my dog, Echo, and that he makes an appearance in pretty much every one of my coaching calls and videos. So if at some point he pops his cute little face up in this video, just know that that is completely normal. And in the future, if you end up joining any of our programs, you can expect to see a lot more of him because he just loves being in the videos. I can't blame him. They're fun. Okay, so fun fact about me, but now let's dive into the details of how the program works. And actually, before I get to that, there's three main things that I want to address first. That's going to kind of set the pace for showing you the program. Okay, so there are three main things that I'm going to pull out that I see hold people back from achieving their weight loss goals. Now there's more things, but I'm just going to go with the top three, okay? So number one is hunger. Hunger is what I personally believe is the number one reason that holds people back from achieving their weight loss goals. Because when you get hungry, you want to eat more. And when you eat more, your calories go up. And if your calories are not maintained, for you specifically, at the end of the day, your weight is not going to move. Because with weight loss, whether you are an elite athlete or a couch potato, you have to follow the law of calories in need to be less than calories out. Now, how you achieve that is a very personal thing. But on a general level, if you aren't hitting your calorie mark, at the end of the day, your weight's not going to move. And when you get hungry and you're eating a lot, your calories can easily get sacrificed. So that's number one, okay? Number two is knowledge. This could be just something as simple as understanding macronutrients. What are macronutrients? Proteins, carbs, fats. Where do those come from? Like, what foods do I eat have protein in them? What foods do I eat have carbs and fats in them? And how does that affect me specifically and my lifestyle and my activity level? It could be as simple as understanding things like fiber and how that plays a role in weight loss. Or just knowing the right types of foods to eat for you, the right time, based on your schedule, your activity level, and whatnot. So knowledge is another thing that I see holding people back. And very close second, I'm just going to put right in with this number two, is myths or false beliefs about what to do and how to achieve weight loss, okay? And then number three is accountability. And now this isn't just specifically with weight loss. There's so many things in life that we all just know we are so much more successful at achieving if we have someone else going through it or someone else helping us, like a coach or a teacher, right? Like if you don't know how to solve math problems, you go to the math teacher who teaches you how to do that and is there for you. But more specifically, a better example is someone who is on the same path with you, like the other math student that you make a commitment to get together every single week to study your math and learn together, right? You have an accountability partner that is showing up the same day, same time, consistently over time, and that creates a much better learning experience. So accountability is number three, okay? Now, I'm going to show you and tell you, actually, the two major components of the Calories and Confidence Weight Loss Program that solves those top three things, okay? Number one is personalization, the personal component, and number two is education, the educational component, okay? So when it comes to weight loss, specifically weight loss, it absolutely has to be personal, okay? It has to be based around you, your likes, your dislikes, your beliefs, your activity level, your family life, your social life, your schedule. Because if it's not something that you can stick to and actually manage in the long run, it's never going to work. because it's never going to happen. Okay, so making sure that it's personal to you, it has to happen. Okay. Number 2 piece is the education parts of the program. Okay, so each week of the program, and I'm going to show you this exactly, this is what it looks like. Each week of the program, you are learning in order of importance of weight loss. And here's what I mean by this. If you know everything there is to know about fiber, you are crushing the fiber in your diet, and your fiber is just always on point. But you don't understand what your true calories are or need to be, or even just understand calories, your weight is never going to move, because calories are the foundation of what physically moves your weight. So in the program, we have you track and monitor fiber for 6 weeks before we actually dive into the details and really talk about the influence and effects of fiber, because we want to make sure that we see your weight moving immediately. Get it moving right away, get that scale, changing, and focus on why that's actually happening before we talk about the other things like fiber that have an influence but don't directly move that weight. And then through time with the education, you're going to be learning how the hows and the whys behind everything that is getting your weight to move. Okay, so number 1 is the personal component. Bringing this to hunger. Okay, there are many things that you can do to overcome hunger. A huge one is volume foods. Volume foods are the best friend to a person who is trying to lose weight. You'll learn all about that in the program. But when you learn how to personalize your foods based around the foods that you actually like, that you're actually going to eat, that you actually enjoy, right? You will create a comfortable weight loss experience, and those periods of hunger are going to become much less and less. And actually, in the beginning of the program, or beginning of your weight loss phase, you really shouldn't experience much hunger at all until your body gets to the point that it is really recognizing change. And that happens naturally, because when your body loses mass, when it loses tissue, at some point it's going to recognize that change has been made, and its defense mechanisms, its natural defense mechanisms, are hunger and cravings. So hunger is a natural part of the process, but when it happens, there are many, many, many things that we can do to overcome it and push through it and create a comfortable weight loss experience. And it comes with personalization. Along with that, the knowledge part is mostly going to be accomplished through the education piece, but the accountability, the personal component of the program, you have a coach that you can call, text, email, Facebook message, Voxer at any point that you need help with anything. So as an example, okay, this was about a year ago now, I was working with a lady. She was halfway through her program, and she got invited to go out to dinner with some friends. She was getting great results. She felt confident, but then when she sat down at the table and started looking at the menu, she started to feel overwhelmed. So she excused herself from the table, went into the bathroom, and sat on the toilet to call me and was like, "Sam, I'm freaking out. I'm doing really good. I went to this restaurant and I don't know what to do. I need help." So we just talked through it while she was sitting on the toilet, not because she had to go to the bathroom, but because she was willing to reach out for help. She ended up doing just fine. The next day, she was still on track, and it was a great experience. But it's a funny story to just bring the point that when you need help, we want you to be reaching out to your coach. You could be in the grocery store and you could send a picture of two different types of meats and their nutrition label because you want help understanding the difference. Whatever it is, having someone that you can reach out to at any point in time and be with you every step of this process makes it very personal, and that's what you get as part of the program. So personalizing it, and then along with that, the accountability, okay? Your coach is also checking in with you every single week. So you can reach out whenever you want, but your coach is also going to be reaching out to you and keeping you accountable to your potential, keeping you accountable to where you are at in your program, and making progress every step of the way. Okay, now that I've addressed those things and give you a verbal picture, I'm going to give you a visual picture now of what this looks like. To do that, I need to do a little screen share. Okay, so this is an example spreadsheet. This is real data. This was a female, 167 pounds, okay? As part of the program, you get a spreadsheet. This is how we monitor your progress. Now, the very first week of the program is called week 0. That's this line here, okay? Now, in week 0, we don't make any changes. We want to understand exactly what your true caloric intake is right now, where you're falling in your macronutrients, and just understand your body, understand you right now before we go into making intentional changes. So the first thing that we're going to do is just track everything normal. And at the end of that week, we're going to know exactly what your average caloric intake is and where you're getting your calories through your macronutrients, because your macronutrients, protein, carbs, and fats, are what make up your calories, okay? Then, once we know exactly what your average calories are, we go through a process of learning how to keep your calories as high as possible for as long as possible. I'm going to say that again and tell you exactly what that means, because this is so important. And whether you join the program or not, knowing this is like a lifesaver, okay? The slogan of Calories and Confidence is keep your calories as high as possible for as long as possible. What that means is we want you to learn and understand how to eat the maximum amount of food possible to support your body and activity level while being in just enough of a calorie deficit to allow your body to intentionally give up fat tissue. Okay, that's the definition. In a much simpler definition, eat as much food as possible and still lose weight. Okay, made it simple. We can know exactly how to do this after week 0 in the program, because we'll know your average calories, and to keep them as high as possible, we keep them the same, which is crazy, okay? Because the formula for weight loss is to create a calorie deficit. So if you're keeping your calories the same, how are you accomplishing a deficit? Here's the magic, okay? This is what the program walks you through. This is how you create a comfortable weight loss experience. You keep your calories the same to keep them as high as possible, but you shift where you get them from through your macronutrients. And here's where the personalization comes in. How you shift your macronutrients is going to look different for everybody. If you are someone who wants to be eating keto, your macronutrients are going to look very, very different for someone who wants to be on a very high protein, low fat diet. It's going to look very different, okay? If you're someone who wants to be eating 2 Herbalife shakes a day and then getting the rest of your nutrients through, lean meats and veggies and some ice cream, your macronutrients are going to look different, right? So this part here, the macronutrients and how we shift them to create that intentional loss of tissue is going to be very personalized to you. And we won't know that until we get through the first week of the program. But it's a very, very beautiful thing, because when you learn what your true actual average calorie intake is, you are able to be eating the same amount of calories that you've always been eating, that your body is familiar with, that you are used to, but shifting those macronutrients, right, to create that change that your body is going to respond to. And what happens is a comfortable weight loss experience. And you walk through this step by step with your coach in the program, okay? So, and I'm just going to show you this, all right, with this example, okay? Calories are kept exactly the same. This is real data. This is from Deborah Kuzma. She's in St. Cloud, Minnesota, almost a year ago now, okay? Calories were kept the same, shifted the macronutrients, and look what happens with the weight. Drops 3 pounds. Woohoo, right? That's awesome. Well, but is it? Though? Here's my hesitation, okay? You may have gone through weight loss phase before, or tried to lose weight, and after a week you see your weight drop and you get jacked. You're like, yes, this is awesome, it's working, I'm super motivated, I'm pumped, I'm doing it this time. But then something happens, right? Something happens and you ended up not accomplishing that. So here's my question to you. How do you know that this 3 pounds, if this was you, okay, how do you know that that is a healthy and sustainable rate for you, specifically for weight loss? Because that is huge, and that is one of the things that so many people overlook when it comes to weight loss. There are consequences with losing too much weight too fast, okay? So in the second week of the program, you learn exactly how to calculate a healthy and realistic weight loss for you. We take 5 and 10% of your starting weight, divide it out by 12, because we work off of a 12-week standard, which is important for metabolism, and that gives us a range, okay? So after the first week of your program, we're gonna know exactly what your healthy and sustainable and realistic range of weight loss is per week. So for this person specifically, Deborah, her range is 0.82 to 1.6 pounds, okay? So we compare 3 pounds, woohoo, super exciting, but is it? That's way outside of her maximum drop per week. So, maybe this isn't such a good thing, because I want to make sure I'm losing weight every week for 12 weeks and not just a couple of weeks and then I crash and I wake up one day and I want to eat everything in the fridge and then I do eat everything in the fridge, right? So here's the thing. In the very beginning, your body can respond fast to change, and then it'll settle out. So after the first week, we'll give it one more week, and if weight is still dropping too fast, then we make an adjustment. So we repeat. Just hit your calories through your macronutrients. They were hit again perfectly, and the weight was 1.89, if you rounded up 1.9, and what's the max? 1.6. So that's 2 weeks in a row of losing too much weight too fast. This is a setup for disaster and crashing and danger, and we do not want that to happen. So we increase calories, okay? We increase calories to lose weight. And so we did, okay? So we see here, calories went up, and then what happened with the weight? 1.6. Remember, the top range is 1.6. Okay, now we're in the green zone. Keep these calories, keep doing it. Just keep doing what you're doing. She hits them again, falls within range, 1.4. And we repeat this process week after week after week, okay? Until you get to the end. And look what happens. The end of the process, she was 142. She started out at 163. That's 21 pounds lost over a 12, actually hers was a 13-week period, okay? That is how a comfortable weight loss experience happens. And then once you get there, a huge, huge part of long-term weight loss success that a lot of people don't understand is that you have to flip your metabolism. Your metabolism has to change. The only reason we see external change, the only reason you see the number on the scale change is because of internal change that's happening with your metabolism. So as a natural part of losing weight, your metabolism is going to slow down. It's very, very natural. And what happens is the slower your metabolism gets, the harder it is to lose weight. So you may have to make crazy cuts to your calories just to lose a little more weight, and it's very painful and tedious. So to reverse all of the effects that happen with slowing metabolism, we remove ourselves from a calorie deficit and go into calorie maintenance or weight maintenance. And this may just blow your mind, okay? This is what Calories and Confidence clients go through. We increase calories. This is in the fourth month here, okay? We increase calories and watch what happens with the weight. What we're looking for is to see the weight start to drop, because that tells us that metabolism is increasing, and any time the weight drops during maintenance, we absolutely have to increase calories because we do not want to be losing weight. If we're losing weight during maintenance, we're still in a deficit, and that is not allowing your body to reverse the process and allow your metabolism to speed up, okay? So anytime we lose, we increase calories. So now we are increasing calories to maintain weight, okay? And we repeat this process week after week after week. And look what happens. At the end, 1,900 calories eaten per day just to maintain 21 pounds down. Look, 142, 142. I'm gonna say that again. 1,900 calories per day from 1,300 eaten per day just to maintain 21 pounds down. That's 600 calories more per day just to maintain 21 pounds down. Are you catching on to this? Okay. This is true and real, sustainable, long-term weight loss success. The only reason that can happen is by changing your metabolism. And that's what the Calories and Confidence Weight Loss Program walks you through step by step with a personal coach by your side every second of the process. Well, I shouldn't say every second, but every step of the way, okay? So this is what is possible for you. This is what everyone learns and gets walked through in the program. Now, these are the numbers, okay? This is the big goal with the numbers. But what about this? This isn't everything, okay? Because what about things like your kids, right? So you've got 3 kids running around that you have to bring to soccer practice, or you have this commitment and that commitment. You're going on a vacation. You don't quite know how to hit your protein. You know that your protein is going up. You don't quite know how to hit it. Your fats went down, but where do you get fats out of your diet, right? There's a lot of other pieces behind just simply hitting the numbers. And that's where having a coach comes in, to make sure that you understand how to do all these things, but not just understand it, that you are being equipped with knowledge that's going to last with you for the long term. Okay, so this is a breakdown of the process through the program. I'm going to show you how on the back end this is accomplished. Okay, first of all, it's having the coach, but outside of that, you have a site, okay, that your content is released to you week by week in order of importance. So as I said before, the very first week is called week 0. We don't make any intentional changes. We just want to get to know your body. We want you to truly understand where your body is right now. So week 0, you just track everything normal. Then in week 1, we talk about how to make those first changes. So the educational component of the program is broken down through 4 things, okay? Number 1 is a video. You have a video, okay? Understanding the first adjustment. You just click here and you watch the video. So you get to learn through watching. Then number 2 is you have a PDF that you can download or just read right from the site. It's basically everything in the video, except now you get to read it. So you can listen to it, learn through listening in the video, learn through reading it in the PDF. The third one is an assessment, or basically a little quiz. So they'll just ask you a couple of questions to make sure you understand how, or the things behind protein and carbs and how to adjust them and what to do in certain situations. So third way is you get to quiz yourself on it. Make sure that you're proving to yourself that you understand it. And even after all of that, through listening, through reading, through testing yourself, if you still don't get it, you just text your coach or you get on a call with your coach. And we break it down in a way that you will understand it, okay? And every week, this just repeats. You get videos, you get PDFs, you get an assessment. You get a homework assignment that helps you to personalize things even more. And this just goes on each week of the program, and it's released week by week so that you're not overwhelmed and trying to move too far ahead of the program, and make sure that you're just focusing on each week by itself. Okay, so that's what it looks like. That's how those numbers are achieved through the educational part. And this site you have access to for life. So you have 4 months of content in there with all these videos, all the articles, all the assessments, and we're constantly adding new stuff. And anytime we add in new stuff, that goes directly to your site as well, and you have access to that for life. Okay, so you can go back and review these things as many times as you want. All right, so with that said, okay, I'm gonna do a real quick review and then close this out here pretty soon. Okay, so personalization absolutely must happen. Education, we want to make sure that we are equipping you with knowledge. We want you to understand the whys and the hows, not just give you answers and say, here, just drink this shake twice a day, every day. Here you go. No, no, no. If you are wanting to drink shakes, we're going to educate you on what it is about the shake that actually allows you to get results. We don't have shakes. I mean, my team and I, we don't sell any products besides the program. Okay, but if you want to be drinking shakes, we're going to educate you on how that shake works and why it's allowing you to get you the results that you are getting. or if you want to be doing a vegetarian diet or a vegan diet or paleo or keto, right? You're going to understand the hows and the whys behind that so that you are equipped to take this knowledge with you for as long as you are on your journey, okay? So with that said, there are 5 things that we ask everyone to be willing to commit to before joining the program. And in fact, I do not let anyone join the program unless you're willing to commit to these 5 things. And here's why. I'm going to go over to screen share or a different screen real quick. Bear with me. Okay, so here is why, okay? We want to make sure that you have the absolute best experience possible. And we know that that will happen if you are ready, and we will know if you're ready based off of these 5 commitments, okay? So I'm going to walk you through what these 5 commitments are, and then I'll close this up, okay? So number 1 is being willing to track your food daily in MyFitnessPal app. Just the free version, either downloaded online or on your phone, and you're using that every day to track your food. And through the program and having your coach, if you've never done this before, you will learn how to do it. We will teach you how to make it easy. We'll give you tips and tricks and make it as efficient and easy for you as possible, okay? Number 2 is being willing to enter your data from MyFitnessPal into your personal Excel spreadsheet. So you got a little example of what the spreadsheet looks like. All you have to do is pull up MyFitnessPal on your phone and type in on your spreadsheet your numbers for protein, carbs, fat, and fiber. Your spreadsheet does the rest. It takes 60 seconds. My mom could do it. You can do it, okay? Spreadsheet is not intimidating. You get a link, you just type in your numbers, you're done. Number 3 is the most important, and that's being willing to reach out for help whenever you need it. And you have a weekly group coaching call for extra support if you want it. So you have unlimited access to call, text, email your coach whenever you need help with anything at all. When you get frustrated, because frustrations will happen. It's a part of life. We're human beings. There's going to be ups and there's going to be downs. That's totally okay, okay? But when you are experiencing anything, we want you to be reaching out and getting help. If you're feeling frustrated, let us know. If you're celebrating a win, let your coach know. If you have a question that you've asked 5 times but you still don't get it, text your coach for the 6th time and get help. I cannot stress it enough. The people who are most in communication with their coach, the experience is much different from those who aren't as in communication with their coach, okay? So super important. And then once a week, and the time and day varies each week, I mix up, there's a live weekly group coaching call with me. So it's just like this, okay, but there's several people on the screen, and you pre-submit your questions. I go through the list, answer all the pre-submitted questions, and then I do a check-in with everyone. And what happens on there is really whatever you want to make of it. I go through data sheets, I break them down, I talk you through the process of how I break down the data and what I'm looking for and how we know exactly what change needs to be made based off of what we're seeing in the data. I go over content. Echo usually pops up at some point. It's really whatever you have questions on, but it's just an extra opportunity for you to get extra support and help throughout your process. Number 4 is being willing to weigh yourself each morning and enter your weight into your spreadsheet. So this requires you to have a body weight scale at home. If you don't have one already, you don't need anything fancy. You can get the cheapest digital scale that you can find, and that will be good enough. And then number 5, which is a super important one, is being willing to weigh out your food anytime you are in control of it, which requires you to have a food scale. And again, if you've never used a food scale, just look for the cheapest digital one that you can find. You can get them for like $10 on Amazon. I got mine for $14 at Target about 5 years ago, and it still works great. So super cheap investment that's going to pay off very, very well for the long run. Okay, so those are the 5 commitments. If you are a no to any one of those, then we really don't need to go any farther. And you really don't need to listen to any more of this call, because we take it very, very seriously. Just as much as you are committed to the program, we are committed to you. But it doesn't come without those 5 commitments, because again, the only experience we want you to have with Calories and Confidence is the best experience. And that will absolutely happen if you are ready. And we know if you're ready on those 5 things. And here's the thing. We don't, those are our only hesitations. Things like vacations, weekends away, holiday parties, family get-togethers, all that stuff is a part of your life, right? And it always will be a part of your life. So we take the time during the program to work very closely together with a coach as you walk through all of those things, so then you can then take that with you when you leave the program, right? So the only hesitations we have are the 5 commitments. Everything else we teach you how to manage as you go throughout the program, okay? And I kind of already showed this slide earlier because I had it up, but the program is a 4-month commitment, okay? The first 3 months, as you saw in the spreadsheet, is the cutting phase, okay? So we'll take 12 weeks, and this is very, very well supported in the literature, and that's why we follow a 12-week standard. It's because of metabolism and the changes that the body go through when losing weight. So we take 12 weeks, the first 3 months of the program, to go through making as much intentional change, allowing your body to give up as much tissue, fat tissue specifically, as possible. And then the last month of the program is the maintenance phase. This is where we reverse those effects. We increase metabolism, get your calories to climb back up, which is also really, really important if you know that you desire to lose more weight in the future, because it's much easier to cut from 2,000 calories than it is to cut from 1,500 calories if you want to be losing more weight. So when you go through the process of the maintenance phase, you learn how to maintain your weight, creating a new normal at a lower weight, right? And your calories climb up. And I mean, let's be honest, who doesn't want to eat the most amount of food that they can, right? That's just fun. And it's a healthy part of this process. So the big picture there is metabolism. Now, I'll also say this: the metabolism, or the maintenance phase, is longer than 4 months, or longer than 1 month. But we take just 1 month in the program, working closely together, and then at that point, you've been equipped, you've been educated, you understand the process, you know how to make adjustments, you know how to read your data, you carry that on by yourself, because at that point, you have all the tools and resources to do it. So we just take 1 month to walk through maintenance with you, but you'll continue in maintenance much longer, okay? So that is the big general picture of how the program works. So at this point, if this has excited you, if this is interesting for you, great. You'll definitely want to stick on for the rest. If not, if you're someone who isn't really looking for weight loss, I probably was just entertainment for you for the past few minutes. If you are not someone who's looking for, working closely with someone who's been through this process and walked hundreds of people through this process already to eliminate the guesswork. If you're not someone who is looking to learn how to personalize your macronutrients based around your lifestyle and goals, and not desiring the education on nutrition or metabolism or long-term weight loss success, if that's not you, then this is a great time for you to depart, because everything else I'm going to say is going to be meaningless. But however, if you are someone who knows that you need to lose weight, you're intrigued by this process, and you're saying, yes, I want to learn how to do this. I want to learn how to have long-term weight loss success. I want to know how to get my calories up as high as possible without giving up the foods that I don't plan on giving up for the rest of my life. And having a coach walk me through every step of the way so I know how to get over my frustrations and not have to struggle through figuring out this stuff on my own. If that is you, then stick on. I'm going to make it really quick, but the rest of this is for you, okay? So below this video, and in your site or email, there's going to be a link, okay? Learn more, Calories and Confidence. I want you to click that link and grab a spot that works best with your schedule to get on a call with me. In that call, I'm going to show you exactly how this program will look for you specifically, because remember, it has to be personal. So I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions first, right? And then through those questions, I'm gonna show you exactly, create the best, most clear picture as possible, what this process will truly look like for you, time-wise and effort. And then I'll go over the cost, okay? So after you get a crystal clear picture of how much time it's going to require of you, the effort, and the cost, you're going to know whether or not it is a good fit. If it is, great. You're going to have an absolute amazing experience. We're not going to let you down. I don't let people down. I don't let my team let people down. You're going to merge a new person at the end of the program. If not, no worries. We all have our own commitments and are at our own places in our own journeys. And if it's not a good fit, no worries. It's okay. You still got, all of our free content that's out there. Dive into that stuff. Get the best out of it, right? But if you are even on edge, I encourage you to click the link, get on a quick call with me, okay? I'll set this up, show you what this looks like, what it may look like exactly for you, answer all of your questions, and help create clarity on whether this is a good fit or not, okay? And I'll just real quick, just kind of go over some, testimonies, examples, so you can see what other people have been through in this process, if that's of interest to you. If not, then you can depart now. But let's see. Here's just some transformation examples. This is Jared McKinney. That's Melissa McCarthy Olson. Just some transformation stuff. There are tons of testimonials. I'll actually go. I want you to listen. Okay, if you're still watching this, I want you to listen to this, because this may really relate to you. Okay, so I'm gonna stop share, and this may be just what you needed to hear. Okay. Listen to this. This is Melissa McCarthy Olson. This is what she had to say.
In conclusion, if you are considering whether or not to trust a stranger with something as personal and intimate as nutrition, you will not regret it. I anticipated I would lose weight. I knew my abs would appear from under the fluff because I can follow a plan. So I knew I'd be successful. What I didn't know was how much I would learn, how liberated I would feel, and how much improvement I would see. Not only in my waistline, but my job and athletic performance. Of the things I've ever spent money on, there are 3 things that have changed my life significantly, and I would spend it all again. Grad school, by far the most expensive. Dave Ramsey, and calories and confidence. I will never waste another dime on any nutrition plan or product ever. So thank you, Sam.
Okay. So if you're even on edge, okay, I just want you to take a stranger's advice, who says you will not regret it. At least just get on a call and let's just talk through it, okay? You can look through more testimonials. We have all of these on our site. Mike Carpenter, he has a great story. He is drinking a beer, okay? He is drinking a beer as he is giving his testimony on stage, well, on the podium, in front of a huge crowd of people. And he shared his story, how he lost over 30 pounds post-program, 16 during, and then he continued to use what he learned on the program post to lose an additional 30 pounds. And he still drinks beer and ice cream. Well, he doesn't drink the ice cream. He eats the ice cream, right? But that's the personalization of the program. He knew that he loved beer and that he loved ice cream, and he knew he was never planning on giving those 2 things up in his life for as long as he lived. So we taught him how to keep them in and get the results that he desired. That's exactly what we will do with you, okay? This is, Deb, right? This is Deb's data, the data sheet that I walked you through. This is her, okay? You can go on our site and listen to her story. Lori Shalene lost over 14 pounds. She had chronic eye pressure. She shocked her doctor with her eye pressure that was relieved, and she attributed it to her nutrition because that's the only intentional change that she made in her life for a very long time, and she attributed it to that, and her doctor agreed. Rose Neiman Borders, another doctor story. She was signed off of 3 medications after going through the program and losing weight. She lost 17 pounds during her program. She went on to lose more weight after the program, but her doctor was shocked at what she was doing because of the results that she got, and didn't realize that she was changing her nutrition. She thought that her doctor thought she was doing something else, but her doctor ended up signing her off of 3 medications just by going through this process and learning how to keep your calories as high as possible, how to create a comfortable weight loss experience and get to those weight loss results, right? So there's a ton more you can find on our Facebook, verbal testimonies, video testimonies. There's a whole bunch of them. So I encourage you to check them out, watch the videos, and most importantly, if your heart, is kind of like beating a little bit and, you're just not sure, you're worried about the cost, just click the link, okay? We're going to talk about it. We'll talk through it. If it's a good fit, great. If it's not, no worries, right? So with that, I'm going to see if I can get Echo up here really quick. But he's probably sleeping on the couch. But I want you to see, my little man, if he's willing to come up. Hey, Echo! Echo, who's here? Who's here? Who's here? Come here. Come on up. Come on up. Come on. Come here. Come on up. Can you come up? Come up and say hi? Oh, I should do a stop share. Here he is. Here he is. This is Echo. Say hi. Yeah, that's him saying hi. Yeah. Okay. This is Echo. If you stick around with us, you'll see a lot more of him. Sometimes we'll do his tricks. He knows a lot of tricks. We are a trick family. He's an agility dog. He's really fast. He knows tons of tricks, really cute ones. So anyways, that's us. This is me. Thank you so much for your time. And hopefully we'll be chatting soon. So bye for now.